The PIAA state playoffs have been in existence since 1988, with West Allegheny appearing in 3 championships and winning 1, while Harrisburg has yet to appear in the PIAA state championship. But both teams have a prime opportunity to advance to that state championships for the first time in Class 5A. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mansion Park Stadium. I'm Brendan Rossi, joined alongside me my partner Joe Smeltzer for this PIAA Class 5A state semifinal matchup between the Harrisburg Cougars and the West Allegheny Indians. Before we get started, we'd like to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors that helped make this broadcast possible. We had to raise about $2,250, and we raised that in under 24 hours. So thank you to everybody from the bottom of our hearts to raising that in less than 24 hours. Unbelievable numbers, unbelievable support from you guys. But we're going to move on to today's matchup between the Cougars and the Indians. And Joe, what are some keys to the game that West Allegheny needs in order to advance to its 4th state championship?
West Allegheny key number 1 is special teams. Special teams have been a huge part of West Allegheny's football success this season. Brandon Lifford and Kenny White are both deadly returnmen, and Harrisburg will have to watch out for them. As we've seen in the past 2 weeks, the onside kick has been essential in West Allegheny's success. They recovered 1 against Meadville in the quarterfinal game last week, and of course recovered 2 against McKeesport in that Whitfield championship game. Key number 2, stop the playmakers. Harrisburg is full of athletes, full of guys who can make big plays. Shaquan Anderson Butts and Micah Parsons are just 2 guys on offense that can really burn the Indians if they're not careful. So if West Allegheny can limit the big plays, limit those 30, 40, 50-yard runs and passes from Harrisburg, and their chances will be a lot greater. And key number 3 is pass the football. Harrisburg's defense is very good, especially on the defensive line, but their secondary has struggled this season, and they can be vulnerable, and Nick Ross and company will have to take advantage of that.
The Harrisburg Cougars are going to receive the opening kickoff due to West Allegheny's decision to defer to the second half. As the Cougars take the field, what are some keys that the Cougars need in order to dethrone the only undefeated team in Class 5A?
Key number 1 for Harrisburg is use their height. Harrisburg is a much taller team than West Allegheny, much more athletic team. They can make big plays, as I mentioned earlier, with Shaquan Anderson Butts as a wide receiver and Micah Parsons as a running back. Both of them are very big, very athletic, and very talented, and West A will have to watch out for them. Number 2, pressure Nick Ross, the West Allegheny quarterback. Nick Ross will have to be very careful because possibly the best defensive line in all of Pennsylvania is right in front of him. Micah Parsons and Damian Barber are 2 Division I commitments, both committed to Penn State. They are the 2 defensive ends for Harrisburg, and it will be very challenging for offensive line coach Ed Marcellus to figure out a way to block them. And key number 3 for Harrisburg is throw the ball deep. They love to make big plays, as I keep mentioning, but it's very important. They throw the ball deep. Shaquan Anderson Butts is their biggest big play receiver, and if they can make big plays of 30 yards and greater, then they'll be in good shape today.
It's going to be a fun matchup here between Harrisburg and West Allegheny, the first ever matchup between the 2 teams, as Harrisburg's typically a Class Quad A school before the reclassification. They dropped down to 5A, as West Allegheny, normally a AAA powerhouse, they jump up to 5A, but we're going to take a look at some of the stats between West Allegheny and Harrisburg this year. West Allegheny, as I said, undefeated, 13-0 on the year, have accumulated over 4,500 yards total, including 2,500 through the air, 2,200 on the ground. Harrisburg, more of a balanced team as well. The Indians have played much more run-heavy teams the past couple in McKeesport and Meadville, and West Allegheny was victorious in both of those matchups, but they did give up their yards. Both in McKeesport, they gave up 300 yards to the Tigers and about 255 yards to Meadville, given up last week. But was West Allegheny, but the Indians are set to kick it away. DJ Upsatnik will come out on the field and boot it away. He is 1 field goal away from breaking the PIAA state field goals made is DJ Upsatnik. He's tied with Bob Millspaugh from Peters Township from 1992 to 1995. The record is 35, which is where Upsatnik stands. He had a prime opportunity to break the record last week. Unfortunately, sealed the deal within the final moments of the game last week in Meadville. And we are getting set to get underway here at Mansion Park Stadium in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Named Mansion Park because there is a mansion to the right side of the field overlooking the stadium as Upsatnik getting set to kick it away. Going back deep for Harrisburg is going to be their prime receiver, Shaquan Anderson Butts, a 6'2", 170-pound junior, getting multiple Division I looks, and you can expect him to be a force in college in someday, but expect West Allegheny to kick a high, short one as Logan Malatak will hold the kickoff for Upsatnik, and it will be a high pooch kick that goes over to the near hash mark and caught on the fly by Zion Patterson, spins his way forward to the 40-yard line, which is where the Cougars will take over. First down and 10 for the team in black and silver.
Yes, and don't be surprised to see that type of kick a lot. Harrisburg does get pretty decent field position as a result, but special teams coach Jeff Martin is willing to sacrifice decent field position for a possible kickoff return from Shaquan Anderson Butts to the house.
First down and 10, Harrisburg at its own 40-yard line on the near hash. Amir Wilkerson, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. And he will hard count, no avail. Joel Davis will take the jet sweep, running around the left end, being chased out of bounds by Matt Holmes and Kenny White. He will pick up 3 yards on the play, which will set up second down and 7 for Harrisburg.
Yes, Joel Davis, kind of a jack of all trades for the Cougars. Doesn't get the recognition that guys like Wilkerson and Micah Parsons and Damian Barber do, but interestingly enough, head coach Calvin Everett called him their most valuable player because of how versatile he is. He plays running back, he's a receiver, he's also their kicker, so he'll play a big part today.
Wilkerson in the shotgun again, sends Parsons in motion, throws the swing pass over to Parsons. He has a wide open lane and gets tripped up for first down yardage by Nick Kadlesic into West Allegheny territory at about the 48-yard line. He'll set up first down and 10 for Harrisburg.
Get used to hearing Micah Parsons' name, the #1 recruit from the state of Pennsylvania as part of the class of 2018. He's only a junior. He transferred in from Central Dauphin High School midseason, and he is a force.
Wilkerson again in the shotgun with a sidecar to his left. He'll hand off to Parsons, and Micah Parsons gets hit hard by Joe Glusman, drives it, and the Glusman will drive Parsons backwards. Forward progress is stopped at the 45-yard line. That's a big of a 3, setting up second down and about 7.
Yes, anytime you can hold a guy like Micah Parsons to 5 yards and fewer, that is a win for the play. So limiting the big play will be huge for West Allegheny, absolutely essential.
Wilkerson with a sidecar to his left and Andrews, 2 receivers to each side as Wilkerson is in the shotgun. And he will drop back, screen pass to Shaquan Anderson Butts, and he breaks a couple tackles, falls forward down to the 42-yard line where he's tripped up by Cam Cornell. Right at the 45, dives forward for a 3-yard gain, third down, and looks like third down and 3 for Harrisburg.
Yes, Wilkerson and Anderson Butts have an amazing quarterback-wide receiver connection. They've been playing football together since kindergarten, and it's always important for that QB wide receiver chemistry, and Wilkerson's #1 target, no question.
Shotgun formation sends the sidecar in motion, and Dupree Andrews. Toss goes to Micah Parsons along the right side, and he tries to turn the corner at the 35-yard line, gets a block, and Micah Parsons, streaking to the end zone, will get in for the 41-yard Harrisburg touchdown, and which will send West Allegheny reeling, and Harrisburg with the start that it needed in order to dethrone West Allegheny.
That's what Harrisburg does best, and that's why Micah Parsons is the #1 junior in the state of Pennsylvania. The big play is going to be huge. Harrisburg needs to either use it to their advantage or they'll have a very difficult time winning this football game. That is a big play, and Brian Cornell could not have asked for a worse start for his defense.
Joel Davis will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ronald Kent, and the extra point attempt is up and away and good for Joel Davis. So 1 minute and 46 seconds have elapsed, and Harrisburg already claims a 7-0 lead over West Allegheny. And that touchdown around the 41 yards for Micah Parsons was sprung loose thanks to a key block by Ronald Kent on the cornerback on the right side. Without that block, Parsons probably wouldn't have gotten into the end zone.
Yes, Ronald Kent is one of Wilkerson's many weapons in his receiving arsenal. Ken plays receiver. He's also a solid defensive back for the Cougars. So this is a very deep team, a very balanced team, and they can run and pass the football, as you saw in that last possession.
Harrisburg 10-3 on the year. We're a very different team in the first half of the year compared to the second half, with Micah Parsons and Zion Patterson transferring in Week 9 of the PIAA season. The first game was against Carlisle, where they had this new team. Zion Patterson and Micah Parsons transferred. They were eligible because they did not transfer for athletic intent. Micah Parsons transferred through some controversy in his old school, Central Dauphin, and Zion Patterson transferred to move in with his sister, who lives in the Harrisburg area. But again, Joel Davis will kick it away for Harrisburg. As you said, Calvin Ever called him the key weapon to this Harrisburg team, as going back deep to receive for West Allegheny is Brandon Lipford. He's been halted in the past couple of weeks due to a high ankle sprain suffered in the first offensive play for West Allegheny in the Whitfield Championship game versus McKeesport. It's been bothering him, but hasn't been able to keep him off the field. And we'll see how that comes into play as this game progresses. Davis's kick is going to go up and into the end zone, hitting the N in the Altoona logo on the east side of the field. So West Allegheny will start first down and 10 from the 20.
And this possession is huge for West Allegheny. Harrisburg got the ball, won the coin toss, received, and they down the field. West A got hit in the mouth, and to use a boxing analogy, let's see how they can respond to being punched in the mouth right away. This is huge.
First and 10, West Allegheny from its own 20-yard line. They had 514 total yards last week against Meadville. As you hear from down below us, the Harrisburg side very excited and very pumped up for this game, but we do have an early whistle from head referee Tom Santo. And it looks like we are going to have an early penalty against Harrisburg. Neutral zone infraction is the call. As a key to this game that we didn't mention was that Harrisburg commits a lot of penalties. It's just a matter of West Allegheny can capitalize on those mistakes. 5 for West Allegheny. Kenny White in the Wildcat formation sends the tight end Delevate in motion from left to right as Kenny White goes off up the middle, being forward by Micah Parsons. Kenny White will pick up first down yardage on the first play from scrimmage down to the 31-yard line. And even though it's a mild gain, it's a good momentum boost for West Allegheny, knowing it can pick up yardage against this Harrisburg defense.
Yes, any type of yardage you can get on this defense is a plus. And West Allegheny has been known over the past decade to run the ball, to take time off the clock, and to score slow rather than score quick, which could be even more dangerous.
First down and 10 for West Allegheny. Ball at its own 31-yard line. Kenny White in the Wildcat. This time sends Mike Clarkin in motion from left to right as White will take the direct snap, and he's caught immediately in the backfield by Damian Barber, the defensive end, who is going to Penn State. He is a senior, and he makes his presence felt early.
Yes, get used to hearing the name Damian Barber. He plays defensive end opposite Micah Parsons, and he is equally as important to this Harrisburg team. He's committed to Penn State, and you just saw why on that last play.
Barber and Parsons seem to feed off of each other. They're both the two defensive ends for Harrisburg, going on opposite sides, and they've both learned a lot from each other as they're both going to be playing college ball at State College for the Penn State Nittany Lions, but it's second down and 15 as we return to live action. Nick Ross will take his first snaps in the shotgun, and he waits, and being flushed out of the pocket to the right side, and he is going to be brought down for a sack. Micah Parsons gets in on that sack, which pushes West Allegheny back all the way to the 16-yard line. And it'll be third down and long for West Allegheny.
Yeah, you saw what Micah Parsons could do on offense. Now you see what he can do on defense. That's more of a coverage sack, I would say, as Ross couldn't find anything downfield. But it's hard to escape number 23, and Nick Ross had to learn that the hard way.
Third down and 25 for West Allegheny. You'll be hearing Micah Parsons, Damian Barber a lot, at least make on the defensive side of the ball. Ross, all alone in the shotgun, has 4 receivers set to the left, 1 to the right, and Lipford. And Ross looks left the whole way, screen pass to Will Weber. He gets hit hard by Ronald Kent, which will send West Allegheny's punt team onto the field. A huge hit by Ronald Kent, and Harrisburg is fired up for this state semifinal game.
Yes, Ronald Kent making a statement early. He had a huge block on the Parsons touchdown, and now he tackles tackles Weber for a loss, and not a good offensive start for West Allegheny. They needed a response, and they did not deliver one.
4 plays ran, -6 yards gained by West Allegheny as Upsetnik stands at his own goal line, set to punt it away. And he will get it off with the 2 up return men, Zion Patterson, Justin Carter back deep, and Patterson will let this ball roll to the Harrisburg 43-yard line. That's where the Cougars will take its second possession on the near hash. First down and 10 for Harrisburg.
Yes, coming in as the underdog, it was essential for West Allegheny to get a good start here in the first quarter, but that's not happening so far, and they need to stop Harrisburg here. If Harrisburg scores even a field goal, it could set West Allegheny up for a long day ahead.
West Allegheny has been affected heavily by injuries suffered in the Whitfield Championship game. Kieran Fearman, Colorado State recruit, is not starting. He's going to be out for the year. Starting in his place is Logan Rossai under the nose tackle, as Wilkerson in the shotgun hands off to Dupree Andrews. Can't find anything, cuts back to the middle, and gets back to maybe the line of scrimmage where he is tackled by Will Weber and Joe Glusman at the line of scrimmage. Bring up second down and 10.
Yes, Joe Glusman, your captain, just a rock in Brian Cornell's defense, and that is really West Allegheny's first positive defensive play of the afternoon. So let's see if they can just keep this going.
Wilkerson in the shotgun. Andrews as the sidecar to his left. 2 receivers set for Harrisburg. As Wilkerson will look to pass. Curl route to Joel Davis. Cuts it over the middle of the field. Spins his way forward into West State territory. The Indians are not wrapping up the Cougars, which leads to extra yardage after contact as Harrisburg now into West Allegheny territory, 3rd and 2. Ball spotted at the Indian 49-yard line near hash mark, right at the middle of the field, around the golden circle around the Altoona's Mansion Park Stadium, as Wilkerson in the shotgun with a jumbo formation to the right and 3 receivers. Hands off to Dupree Andrews up the middle, and it looks like he is going to pick up another first down to the 46-yard line as, again, Glusman gets in on the stop along with Logan Rossai, but it will be a first down and 10 for Harrisburg.
Yes, Dupree Andrews is kind of overshadowed by Micah Parsons in the Harrisburg backfield.
First down and 10, Harrisburg. Wilkerson is run in the shotgun formation throughout this entire offensive scheme for the Cougars. Parsons goes from left to right, will be the sidecar to the right of Wilkerson. And here's that jet sweep to Micah Parsons, and it's snuffed out immediately by Matt Holmes and Joe Glusman in the backfield. That's the first offensive loss for Harrisburg. Good play by Holmes, sniffing it out, 2nd and 14 from midfield.
Yes, and there have been a few instances where West State has limited Harrisburg on an offensive play, and they just need to do more of this and less of what we saw in the first defensive possession for West Allegheny with Micah Parsons' 40-yard touchdown run.
2nd down and 14 from the midfield stripe, just outside the Altoona logo in the middle of the field as Wilkerson in the shotgun. Parsons to the left, he'll look to pass. Deep ball to Joel Davis, and it is going to be out of the reach of Joel Davis, being covered by Divin. Davis would have streaked into the end zone, but instead it falls incomplete, 3rd and 14.
Yeah, we talked earlier about Harrisburg loving to throw the deep pass, and you saw it right there. Davis runs his route perfectly, gets past Divin, but throw is just not on the mark, and Harrisburg has scored 482 points this season, and Wilkerson is a very good quarterback. One of the reasons is he limits his interceptions. He's only thrown 4 on the season, so if West State can somehow get a turnover, that would be huge.
Wilkerson calling out plays to his receivers. He has 2 to each side, with Parsons to the left as a sidecar. As Wilkerson takes the snap, looking to his left, now rolls out to his right. He has all kinds of greenery. Down to the 40-yard line, will look to run out of bounds, being chased by Malatak. And he will pick up another Harrisburg first down to about the 35-yard. And again, Harrisburg seems to be controlling the tempo. They're manhandling West State thus far.
Yeah, there you see the versatility of Ymir Wilkerson. It's a pass play. He doesn't see anything there. He decides to run for it and ends up getting to the sideline for a first down and more. And now it's really time for the West Allegheny defense to buckle down and keep Harrisburg off the scoreboard.
5:28 remaining in the first quarter. Harrisburg has a 7-0 lead over West Allegheny. Wilkerson in the shotgun with Micah Parsons to the left, a jumbo formation to the left, and a receiver to the right. As pitch goes to Parsons, he already has a touchdown on the corner, and Parsons slips through some tackles and may get another one, but instead he'll be brought down to the 5-yard line by Matt Holmes. Micah Parsons letting his presence known early, already teetering on 100 yards rushing for Harrisburg. It'll be first and goal from the 5.
And credit the Harrisburg offensive line for blocking on that play. Parsons is just a beast, just running through tacklers, and that's what most of us see, but offensive lines are often overlooked, and Harrisburg's blocking was very essential in that play going the way it did.
Micah Parsons is bigger than any of his offensive linemen at 6'3", 235. The biggest lineman on Harrisburg is 6'2", 235, as Parsons snags the toss to the right, and he will be brought down immediately in the backfield by Joey Diven. That'll be a loss of about 6 yards on the play, so good play by Diven coming up from his defensive back position, making the play on Parsons. Second down and goal from the 11.
That was supposed to be a pitch play, but Wilkerson and Parsons did not communicate well on that pitch, and as a result, Joey Diven takes advantage. The outstanding senior for West Allegheny, tackles Parsons for a loss, and let's see if the defense can make a big play for 2 consecutive plays.
Andrews goes in motion to the left, and Wilkerson will be sacked in the backfield by Anthony Delavade, and the West Allegheny defense seems to be getting its mojo back. Loss of 9. It'll be third down and goal from the 20.
Huge play from Anthony Delavade. First team all-conference linebacker who splits the gaps and brings Wilkerson down for the first sack of the game. And West Allegheny needs to feed off this sudden burst of momentum that the defense has gotten. Here it's 3rd and 19, and if they can keep Harrisburg off the scoreboard somehow, then that would be huge.
Delavade came in untouched on that play, but it'll be 3rd and 19 from the 19 for Wilkerson and company. He stands in the shotgun, splits the defense up the middle, and gets undercut at the 10-yard line by that West Allegheny defenseman, and he is slow to get up. That is going to be Anthony Delavade. He will stand on his feet and walk over to the defensive huddle, and it looks like Harrisburg will send the field goal unit on to give the Cougars an early double-digit lead.
Yes, Anthony Delavade, younger brother of Armand Delavade, who graduated from West Allegheny in 2015 and is currently starting at Youngstown State. So the apple does not fall very far from the tree as far as football playing in that family goes.
Armand Delavade, second-team all-conference at Youngstown State. As it looks like we have a miscommunication coming in late is Deontay Payne. As even the Harrisburg fans are trying to yell for him to come back in, and we had a miscommunication. Harrisburg could not get the field goal off in time, which will lead to a timeout. Harrisburg has 2, West Allegheny has 3. And the clock stops with 3:02 remaining in the first quarter. Harrisburg with a 7-0 lead over West Allegheny.
One thing Harrisburg has to worry about is beating themselves with mental mistakes. You talked about how they tend to get called for penalties multiple times throughout a game, and you see not a penalty, but they're forced to call their first timeout in the first quarter, which you never want to take a timeout unless you're at the end of a half, unless you're driving down the field trying to score. And that first time out might become pretty big if this game is close towards the end of the first half.
And also keep in mind that West Allegheny's special teams defensive unit is very stout, with Colby Stout and Logan Malatak being key contributors. Malatak has blocked 5 kicks, both extra point and field goals and punts for West Allegheny. We'll see if he can block another one. It will be very crucial for the Indians to get a block, as Joel Davis will attempt a 27-yard field goal from the middle of the field, 17-yard line. The ball will be spotted right at the outstretched yellow arch, and Davis's kick is blocked by Malatak, and it'll be scooped up by West Allegheny. Connor Johnson with the recovery, and as I said, there comes Malatak, his 6th block kick. It's a huge momentum shifter for West Allegheny. Let's see if they can capitalize on this offensive possession.
Here, Logan Malatak just shoots right through there. Nobody saw him. He gets right through, blocks the kick, and right on cue, West Allegheny makes a big play, and let's see if Mark Davis's offense can take advantage of that.
1st and 10, West Allegheny, ball spotted at his own 25-yard line near hash. On his first offensive possession, the Indians gained -6 yards. They got a penalty and a 6-yard first down for West A, but 3 consecutive negative yardage plays and led to a punt. But Kenny White in the shotgun, Wildcat formation, he will go in between left guard and tackle. He'll be brought down on the play by Shatik Patterson at about the 28-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 for West Allegheny.
Yes, you're seeing a lot of that Wildcat early. Mark Davis installed the Wildcat for Doran Dickerson a little over 10 years ago, and West A's been using it ever since. They had great success with Mike Caputo and Chase Dillon in the past, and now Kenny White and Will Weber are carrying that torch. So let's see if the Wildcat can net West A some points today.
One of those names you mentioned, Mike Caputo, went to the NFL, got cut, and now he's a coach for West Allegheny. As Nick Ross stands in the shotgun formation, rolling right, will dump it off to his receiver, Connor Johnson, but there is a flag down. We're going to have pass interference against Harrisburg's Justin Carter, who hit Johnson in the back, which will lead to a free 15 yards. Down to the 43-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10.
We talked about Harrisburg committing penalties, and that is one that you did not want. 15 yards gives West Allegheny kind of new life, as that would have set up a 3rd down, but now a new set of downs for West Allegheny, and all of a sudden, the momentum has kind of shifted, even though it is not shown on the scoreboard yet.
And the scoreboard reads 7-0 Harrisburg with 2:07 remaining. In the first quarter, the Indians have it 1st and 10 from its own 43-yard line. Gave up an early touchdown in the opening 1 minute 46 seconds of the first quarter by Micah Parsons' 41-yard jaunt. Blocked a field goal, and now the Indians have the ball again. Kenny White in the Wildcat formation. Takis to his right as the fullback. And White will take the direct snap, waits and rolls out to his left. He'll be pushed out of bounds by Shatik Patterson down to the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 1. Make that a loss of 2 as the ball will be marked at the 41. 2nd down and 12 as you take a look at last week's stats. 53 tackles, 1 fumble recovery for West Allegheny. They had 517 total yards, 47 points scored, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 2 field goals. They also had 3 passing touchdowns, and all 3 of those passing touchdowns, the receivers Johnson and Lipford were wide open by about 20 yards. Obviously, you're not going to get that kind of coverage or lack thereof against Harrisburg. They're a very stout defensive team as Nick Ross in the shotgun, a receiver to the left, 3 to the right. He'll take the direct snap, and he can't avoid Damian Barber yet again, making his presence felt. He was originally swallowed up by the defensive lineman Raymond Allen at 6'1", 360. Good luck getting out of that grasp, but it'll be a loss of 1, 3rd and 13 from the 40.
Yeah, I do not envy Ed Marcellus trying to figure out ways to block number 21 and number 23. Parsons and Barber are just, can't say enough about them. 2 of the very best defensive ends in the state of Pennsylvania, and they just so happen to be on the same team.
3rd down and long for West Allegheny. Nick Ross in the shotgun. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line near hash with a receiver to the left, 3 to the right. And Ross will look to pass. Throws to the left to Brandon Lipford. Toe taps his way, and he's inbounds for a completion down the 49-yard line, but he's still 2 yards shy of the 1st down. It's decision time for West Allegheny's with 4th down and 2 coming up for the Indians. Bob Palco needs to make a decision. And it looks as if they are going to punt, not risking Harrisburg getting any more field position. DJ Upsatnik will look to punt, but also be on the lookout for a fake. They ran a fake punt in the Whitfield Championship game versus McKeesport. Anthony Delavade ran it for an 18-yard gain, which was also a momentum shifter. Let's see if they do the same. Upsatnik stands at his own 37-yard line. And it is a fake. Anthony Delavade will run to the left, and it was sniffed out by Harrisburg. Ronald Kent with the tackle down on the 49-yard line, and the Harrisburg defense stymies West Allegheny yet again.
Yes, Ronald Kent has made his presence known on offense, defense, and now on special teams. West A did run a similar play, as you said, in the Whitfield title game with Delavade gaining 18 yards, but not quite as successful on that attempt.
First and 10 for Harrisburg at the 50-yard line on its third possession offensively. There's a minute remaining in the first quarter, a minute 8 to be exact. Davis in motion from right to left. As broken play, Wilkerson will just slide down in his own backfield, looking to make something out of nothing, but cannot find his footing, loses 4, second and 14.
The West State defense certainly did a better job on their second defensive possession than they did on their first possession. Let's see if they can continue to keep Harrisburg off the scoreboard, as the offense certainly is sputtering here late in the first quarter.
Wilkerson standing in it at his own 42-yard line, a sidecar to the left with Andrews in the backfield. As Yamir Wilkerson will look to pass, deep bomb to Shaquan Anderson Butts, and it is going to be well out of reach of Anderson Butts. He connected with him for 3 touchdown passes in the District 3 championship game versus Manheim Central, and all 3 going over 60 yards. But that one they cannot hook up, and it'll be 3rd and 14.
Yeah, they tried a deep ball earlier with Joel Davis, and it did not work. Kenny White, great job of covering Butts on that play, staying with him all along. And Kenny will have a very tough assignment, as Butts is a fantastic receiver who is getting multiple Division I looks.
Yamir Wilkerson threw for 402 yards last week and 6 touchdowns, a District 3 District 3 championship record. It'll be 3rd and 14 to see if Wilkerson can do something. It's a screen pass to Davis to the right. Big block by Kent as Davis falls forward down to about the 47-yard line, tracked down from behind by defensive lineman Logan Rossi, filling in for Kieran Fearmans. And it'll be 4th down and a long 6 from in between the 47 and 46-yard lines. And the clock is going to run out on this first quarter. Harrisburg has controlled the momentum thus far. They lead West Allegheny 7-0.
And we have finished 1 quarter. 7-0 Cougars.
As West Allegheny looking to move on to the state championship game for the first time in 15 years. Last time they went, they won it all in 2001 versus Strathaven. Bob Palco, head coach of that team. His son, Tyler, as we all know, was the quarterback for that team, leading West Allegheny to 3 consecutive state championship games. 3rd time was the charm. But we are going to take a commercial break. Stay tuned to the West Allegheny Sports Network.
The North Star Restaurant and Bar offers amenities such as a pool table, pinball machines, and 7 high-definition TVs ranging from 40 to 60 inches for your favorite sporting events. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is known for its pizza and signature hoagies, but offers a wide range of menu items to please any taste or any appetite. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is sure to be the perfect location for your family or group. Come visit us at 8155 Steubenville Pike, or give us a call at 724-695-1010. For a full menu and hours, visit northstartikihut.com.
4th down coming up for Harrisburg as we begin quarter number 2, and the Cougars are going to punt. Joel Davis standing at his own 40, runs forward, nearly blocked by Weber, but gets it away. Brandon Lipford catches it at the 12-yard line. He has an avenue and runs out of real estate as he falls forward down to the 27. And we do have a late flag that comes in on the play. It looks like we will have a late hit against Harrisburg, which will tack on 15 more yards to the end of the run, putting them at the 43.
Yeah, it's the second 15-yard penalty that Harrisburg has had in the early going. And football really is, the mental game of football is a lot more important than people realize. Talent is essential, but having the brains and having the skills to make the right decisions and not make those type of penalties is equally as important.
And that penalty, instead of a personal foul, a late hit, it was instead a personal foul face mask, the 15-yard variety of that call. And West Allegheny with its best field position at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Harrisburg, as you mentioned earlier, scored 482 points thus far this year. 210 of them have come in the last 5 games. And that's notable because Micah Parsons and Zion Patterson have been on the team for those 5 games. They've obviously played a significant role for Harrisburg's climb from mediocrity to District 3 championship glory. As Nick Ross in the shotgun throws left on the curl route to Brandon Lipford. He's hit hard by Justin Carter at the 47-yard line. bring up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, West Allegheny's offense just hasn't been getting a lot going as we are now early in the second quarter. They struggled in the first quarter, and although a 4-yard gain is respectable, they need to do a little more if they really want to put a dent in this fantastic Harrisburg defense, and Mark Davis cannot be pleased with how his offense has performed thus far.
2nd and 6. West Allegheny's offense has lacked the big play thus far they really needed in order to get back into this game. They only trail 7-0, but it seems a lot worse than that as Kenny White, off the direct snap, follows his fullback Takis, and he is tripped up on the play by Shatik Patterson as he gets close to midfield, but is brought down to the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 for West Allegheny.
Yes, this 3rd down is essential for West A, as they need to get something going. If they can get the ball in the Harrisburg territory, that would be a start. But as we said earlier, the offense just not doing a whole lot. And it'll be interesting to see the type of play they call here as well, as it could be either a run or a passing situation.
3rd down and 4. Nick Ross stands in his backfield at about the 44-yard line in the shotgun. Weber to his right as the sidecar. And Ross, quick dump-off pass to Brandon Lipford, dives forward and gets the 1st down to the Harrisburg 44-yard line. And West Allegheny moves the ball. It's gotten 3 first downs on its first 3 possessions. However, instead of being able to capitalize, Harrisburg, whenever it gets that second set of downs, the Cougars seem to rally and push back the Indian offensive attack.
Yeah, West Allegheny just needs to keep the momentum going. They've had some first downs, and like you said, they've had some nice little plays, but they need to make the big play if they want to have a chance in this game.
1st and 10, West Allegheny. Ball is 44 yards away from a potentially tie game as Kenny White spins away from the middle of the field and sheds a tackle but can't avoid the defensive back down to the 45-yard line. Shatik Patterson comes in and slams him down on the far side of the field in front of the West Allegheny bench. 2nd down and 11.
Yes, Kenny White, the junior, over 1,000 yards rushing on the season, but Harrisburg has done a fantastic job at containing him thus far today, and for West Allegheny's offense to be successful, they will need number 5 to step up.
2nd down and 11 from the 45-yard line. Ross now alone in the backfield, standing at the 50 with 2 receivers to each side. West Allegheny needs a big play in order to get back into this game as Ross will take the snap, looking right. Rolls out, being pressured by Barber, gets away as Ross now being chased and will throw it over to Isaiah Crow, who makes a diving catch. But instead of diving forward, he has to rally back to near the line of scrimmage, picks up 2 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
That was almost disastrous for West Allegheny, and credit to Nick Ross for being able to elude big number 21, Anthony Barber, but only a 2-yard gain, and now it sets up a 3rd and 9, and again, West Allegheny just not finding that big play, not finding that big momentum boost on offense.
They already have a 1st down converted earlier in this drive. They need another one. It'll be the first time today that they have gotten 2 first downs in a drive, but the play clock is winding down to 5 seconds. Ross needs to get a play off, and the clock down to 1, and he will get it off. Ross in the shotgun, rolls to the right, and the pass is complete to Mateo Vandamia, the tight end. Outstanding sophomore, has had a great season down to the 30-yard line. That's the biggest offensive gain for West Allegheny. It goes for 13 yards and a 1st down.
Yes, last year was my senior year at West Allegheny. It was Mateo Vandamia's freshman year, and what I remember about him was that we were all, like the upperclassmen football players as well as myself who worked for the team, we were impressed with his physical build for a guy as young as he is. In fact, we joked that he was more physically advanced than a junior in college. He is a big guy, and he's a big contributor for this West Allegheny offense.
6'1", 210 pounds is Vandamia, but Ross stands in the shotgun at the 35. He looks left on the pass. Slant out into Lipford. He cannot
beat a team like Harrisburg. You have to do every little thing right, and Lipford is usually sure-handed, usually catches the football, but that is a rare drop pass from Brandon Lipford, and hopefully it does not prove costly on this drive.
Also keep in mind that the weather here at Altoona isn't the best. The sun is starting to come out, but it is 41 degrees, feels like 30, so below freezing temperatures it feels like. At Mansion Park could come into play later on in the passing game. Ross in the shotgun will look to throw, rolling right, and he will be intercepted on the play by Donnell Henriquez. Cuts it to the right side of the 30-yard line. He gets some blockers. There's a flag down as he's chased out by Matt Holmes, and It'll be Harrisburg ball, but there is a late flag down. Looks like it'll be holding against Harrisburg, but it will still be Cougar ball. But instead of the 36, it'll be at the 26-yard line.
Yes, Henriquez is one of Yamir Wilkerson's favorite targets as a receiver. Caught a big touchdown pass on a 4th and 21 in the District 3 title game against Manheim Central.
And the Harrisburg faithful does not like the call, but I hope they realize that they do have the ball offensively at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cougars, and they lead West Allegheny 7-0, looking to advance to their first state championship in program history. Calvin Everett has been in his 5th year as the head coach of Harrisburg. He was the running backs coach of Bishop McDevitt in 2007. That year, Harrisburg won its most previous D3 title. They lost in the Quad A semifinals to Central Catholic, but we resumed to live action. Screen pass to Joel Davis. He has all kinds of room, makes some men miss, and gets out of bounds. He's chased out by Matt Holmes down to the 50-yard line. It will be another big play for Harrisburg and a first down for the Cougars.
Yeah, we mentioned Harrisburg loves to throw the deep ball, but they can throw the screen pass as well. And again, Joel Davis, just a jack of all trades for Harrisburg. Maybe not the best player on Harrisburg, but Calvin Everett thinks he's the most important player, and I think Coach Everett has a case in that argument.
He's definitely the most versatile. He can run, he can catch, he can kick, he can return, he can do it all for Harrisburg. But Yamir Wilkerson will throw the screen pass to Anderson Butts. Kenny White will converge on the play, bring him down 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Kenny White now talking trash to Harrisburg. I don't know if he wants to do that, as Kenny White needs to keep his temper and lead West Allegheny back from a 7-0 deficit with just a shade over 7:45 remaining in the second quarter.
Yes, and give Kenny White credit. He's going up against Harrisburg's #1 receiver, Anderson Butts, and he's keeping him at bay so far, so hopefully that can hold for the rest of this contest.
2nd and 14, and is going to be picked up by Connor Johnson. No, it is going to be incomplete, as the ball just squirted out of Johnson's hands as he fell to the turf. Did not have possession. It'll be 3rd down and 14.
Yes, Yamir Wilkerson is a quarterback that does not make a lot of mistakes, but that was a mistake, and Harrisburg is very lucky that did not lead to a turnover. And for Connor Johnson, for West A, you just don't know if you're going to have another defensive opportunity to take the ball away from this Harrisburg offense quite as golden as that one.
3rd down and 14 from the 45-yard line after avoiding disaster on the near interception by Connor Johnson. Yamir Wilkerson now has 2 receivers to the right as the defensive backs move back. Wilkerson will throw it semi-deep to the wide receiver, Ronald Kent, and the West State defense will converge and make the tackle. It is inside West State territory, but it's only a gain of 6, and it's a 4th down.
Yes, West State's defense has really turned things around. After Harrisburg scored their first touchdown in less than 2 minutes on their first offensive possession, we're at 6:54 in the second quarter, and nothing from the Cougar offense since then. That's a credit to West Allegheny's defense, really stepping it up, and hopefully they can handle Harrisburg's offense for the rest of the first half, but it won't be easy.
Davis set the punt at his own 35. Lipford going back deep to receive, and the punt is nearly blocked yet again by Will Weber. But the ball looks like the Harrisburg faithful is yelling for some sort of call, but they will not get it as Joel Davis is hurt down on the 40-yard line. No, he is not. He is down. But nonetheless, the ball is down at the West Allegheny 3-yard line. And knowing how Harrisburg has been playing, that is a prime opportunity for Harrisburg to really get some points against this Indian offensive attack.
Yeah, Harrisburg faithful wanted a roughing the kicker call, but they did not get it. But nonetheless, West Allegheny backed up to their own 3-yard line, and you have to be wary of a safety, knowing how dangerous Parsons and Damian Barber are on that defensive line. So Nick Ross has to be very, very careful.
Instead of Nick Ross, it's Kenny White standing in the shotgun. He will run it out of the Wildcat formation. Delavade now will be sent from in motion left to right, as White takes a snap, gets out of his own end zone, and then some down to the 10-yard line. Nearly could have broken it for a long game, but instead he's wrapped up by Joel Davis at about the 10-yard line. That'll set up 2nd down and about Looks like 2 to go from the 11-yard line.
Yes, and that really gets Westside out of jail, as now they still have 90 yards to go, but they're out of, we'll call it, safety territory. So solid job by Kenny White getting that 7 yards and getting Westside out of serious trouble.
Also, center Zach Hogue needs to be extra spot on with the snaps. Low snap to Kenny White. He corrals it, and he breaks free at the 20-yard line. Breaks a tackle, goes to the left. He's at the 40-yard line, foot raised, and he's chased out of bounds on the play down to the 43-yard line. And there's a big play that West Allegheny needed. Let's see if the Indians can capitalize.
Absolutely, an excellent blocking from West Allegheny. You see Kenny eludes the tackler, and he runs for about 30 yards, and that's the first big play Westside's made today. But still, they need about 60 more yards to get into that end zone, so a lot of work to be done on this possession.
Ball's going to be spotted at about the 39-yard line. They now have 61 yards to go. First down and 10 after the 28-yard gain by Kenny White. Will Weber now in the shotgun. He will fake it to Ross and run it, his first carry of the game. Pushes the ball forward for about 7 yards down to the 46-yard line as a pride of Cougars converge and make the tackle at the 46. That'll bring up second down and 3.
Westside's just keeping it moving. We haven't heard a lot of Will Weber today, as he's played a huge part in West Allegheny's offense, particularly in the second part of the season.
You can watch today's broadcast live on Twitter. You can head over to @WASportsNetwork.com for the latest in all the action. And be sure to give us a follow at WA Sports Network on Twitter. Brennan Rossi and Joe Smeltzer on the call from Mansion Park Stadium in Altoona, Central Pennsylvania, as Harrisburg will use its second timeout of the first half, 4:43 remaining in the second quarter. They have a 7-0 lead over West Allegheny, but the Cougars have pretty much controlled this first half of the game. They had a dominant first quarter. West Allegheny has been able to get their yards here in the second quarter, but the scoreboard says otherwise. They trail 7-0.
Yeah, so 4:43 left in the first half. This could very well be West Allegheny's last opportunity at putting some points on the board before the halftime whistle blows. So they got a long way to go. They've been running the ball a lot, so the goal is to take some time off the clock so Harrisburg does not have a big opportunity to get that lead back should West A score a touchdown. They do not want Harrisburg to have a chance to get the lead back, as they would take over the ball late in this first half.
Bob Palco's West Allegheny Indians have won 8 WPIAL championships. He's in his 22nd year, and in 22 years, he has only missed the playoffs 3 times. And 2 of those were his first 2 years. His first year making the playoffs, he won the Whitfield Championship, lost in the semifinals of the state playoffs to Perry. Has won 1 state title, been to 3. He's 3-1 in state in the state semifinals. His last loss was in 2009, right here at Mansion Park Stadium to Manheim Central, 45-27. Will Weber now in the Wildcat formation falls forward for a gain of about 1 to about the 47-yard line. He's brought down by Damian Barber and Raymond Allen, amongst others. It'll be third down and a long 1.
Yes, huge play for West Allegheny. 3rd and 1, got to keep the momentum going, got to get that first down, keep the chains moving, and keep this drive going. Of course, they could be in 4-down territory, so if they were to fall short here, there's a very good chance that Bob Palco would decide to go for that first down.
Third down and a long 1. Will Weber looks like we'll get the rock as he sends Anthony Delavate in motion from left to right, but we do have movement, which stymies a prime opportunity for West Allegheny to gain some positive yards. It'll be a 5-yard penalty thanks to a false start. It'll be third down and a long 6.
To beat a team like Harrisburg, you got to be smart, and West Allegheny has done a fairly good job at limiting their penalties in the first half, but that was not an ideal thing to happen as you go from a 3rd and 1 to now a 3rd and 6 and possibly turns into a passing down. So West A has got to keep that yellow out the field if they want a chance to win this game.
West Allegheny, a fundamentally sound team, commits its first penalty of the game. Nick Ross now in the shotgun on a 3rd and 6 from the 43. Ross will throw, screen pass set up to Connor Johnson. And it's set up beautifully as he gets down to Harrisburg territory, the 44-yard line, tackled on the play by Donnell Henriquez, and it will be a first down for West A.
Yes, Connor Johnson, also a very talented baseball player for West Allegheny. Wasn't planning on playing football this year, but joined about midway through the season, and he has played a huge role, particularly on those screen passes for Mark Davis's offense, and he is definitely one of the unsung heroes of this team, I'd say.
Connor Johnson originally was a JV player in the first half of the year, transitioned into a varsity player after an 80-yard catch and run against Upper St. Clair, a 33-7 win in that game, as Ross throws to Johnson yet again to the right side, nearly slips through a tackle in Henriquez, but gets down to the 36, and it'll be a second down and 2. West A's moving the ball nicely, but hopefully for the Indians, it's not too little too late as the clock is winding at 2:50 remaining in the second quarter, and they trail 7-0.
So West A can also use the clock to their advantage, because the later, if they should score, the later they score, the better, as this Harrisburg team does not need a lot of time to put some points on the board. So they want Harrisburg to have the ball with under a minute left, no question about it.
Ross in the shotgun, standing at his own 41. And looks like a screen pass developing. No, Ross will throw it deep to Lipford. And Lipford out of bounds, but there is a flag down. We're going to have pass interference against Donnell Henriquez. A questionable call for if you're Harrisburg's side, but there was contact on the play as we take a look at the replay. And as you see, Henriquez pushed Lipford out of bounds on the pass attempt, making the ball uncatchable. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty from where the ball was spotted, pushing them to the 21-yard line. Harrisburg shooting themselves in the foot. Let's see if West A can capitalize. It's 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
That was definitely a call that could have gone either way, but it goes the Indians' way, and they get a big break. Now they are at least in DJ Upsatnik field goal range, but you got to think they want 7.
Nick Ross breaks the huddle, 1st and 10 from the 21. From around the near hash, Ross stands at his 26. Kenny White, the side guard. And Ross throws over to Joey Diven. He falls backward down to the 13-yard line. Correction, that's Connor Johnson. As in that situation, you wanted to get out of bounds, preserve clock, but he did not do so. He was just short of the out-of-bounds mark. And it'll be second down and about 2 from the 13.
Let's say at about 2 minutes left now in this first half. Plenty of time to score considering where they are at in the field, but they definitely need to capitalize here. This will be huge if they can go into the locker room at a 7-7 game.
2-minute drill now. It's 1:45 remaining in the second quarter. West State trails 7-0 to Harrisburg. Nick Ross in the shotgun. He looks to the end zone, throws a fade route to Lipford, and it is incomplete. There's another flag for pass interference on Henriquez. Or at least that's what the original call is going to be, but... And yes, it is a defensive pass interference against Henriquez. He's been tagged for 3 of those thus far on Lipford. Same exact play as whenever he got called for it on 2 plays prior down to the near sideline. Pushed him out of bounds, making the ball uncatchable. And it's a first down and goal for West Allegheny.
Yes, that call a little more obvious than the previous pass interference call against Henriquez. Harrisburg faithful not too happy with the officiating, but the Cougars are certainly shooting themselves in the foot, and Coach Everett needs to address that at halftime.
First and goal from the 7. Kenny White now will be in the Wildcat formation. Anthony Delavade moves from the line and gets sent from left to right as Kenny White throws the slip pass to Mateo Vandamia. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, and West Allegheny is 1 point away from tying this game up thanks to a trick play from Kenny White to Mateo Vandamia.
What a play call by Mark Davis. Harrisburg completely caught off guard. Kenny White has thrown the ball on a few occasions this season, and he can do it pretty well, and Harrisburg completely fooled on that play, and it goes perfectly. Vandamia completely uncontested. He catches a touchdown, and all West End needs to do is convert the extra point to tie the game.
Upsatnik comes on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Nick Ross. Snapping is Dustin Longstreth. And we have whistles on the play by head referee Tom Stacco, as a false start is called against West Allegheny. Extra point gets moved back about 5 yards, but still easily makeable for one of the best kickers in Whitfield history, DJ Upsatnik. 1 field goal away from breaking the state record with 36 field goals in his career. He has 35, tied with Bob Millspaw of Peters Township from 92 to 95. And Upsatnik will attempt the extra point. Snaps good, hold good, and the kick is up, and it is good. And we have a tie ball game with 1:33 remaining in the first half, and the Cougars and the Indians are tied at 7. And we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned to the West Allegheny Sports Network.
Commonwealth USA Settlements provides a comprehensive portfolio of products and services. Its dedication and commitment to lenders, investors, servicers, and consumers drives its constant expansion of new and innovative solutions. Commonwealth USA Settlements wishes West Allegheny football the best of luck on their journey to states. Go West A.
7-7 ball game now with 1:33 remaining in the first half. From Mansion Park Stadium, state semifinal game between the Indians of West Allegheny and the Cougars of Harrisburg City. Brandon Rossi and Joe Smeltzer bring you the action on the WA Sports Network. As Upsatnik set to kick it away, the Indians on a long drive ate up most of the second quarter clock. Was capped off with a 7-yard touchdown pass on a trick play from Kenny White to Mateo Vandamia. Vandamia was wide open in the end zone, leading to an easy score, as the Indians have now climbed themselves back into this game. Upsatnik will kick it away. Shaquan Anderson butts back deep to receive, assuming that they kick it deep. But knowing Coach Jeff Martin, he will look to kick it high and short, potentially, but Upsatnik instead will stand at his own 33-yard line, which will signify a deep kick coming up for Upsatnik. And it is a short or low kick that goes out of bounds at the 13-yard line, which puts Harrisburg at the 35-yard line due to the ball going out of bounds on the play untouched.
Yes, not an ideal situation for West Allegheny.
Kick infraction on the kicking team. Harrisburg selects to take the ball to the 35-yard line.
Yes, football tells you kicking out of bounds is a big no-no, and there's 1:33 left on the clock, and that is more time for Harrisburg than it would be for an average football team, as they can throw the ball deep and they can score long and quick.
And remember, whenever Manheim Central scored first, it was followed by a one-play drive, 65-yard bomb from Wilkerson to Shaquan Anderson Butts. Be on the lookout for Wilkerson throwing it deep. He's in the shotgun and will throw the pass, completed to Kent, and Kent slips through a tackle but gets bottled up by Cam Cornell. Play gets aggressive on the far side of the field, but it will be a first down for Harrisburg at the 50-yard line. If the Cougars can score before the half expires with 1:26 remaining, it's going to be real difficult for West Allegheny to come back. But it'll be 1st and 10 from the 50 to see if West A can hold Harrisburg. Wilkerson takes a snap, throws over to Kent, and Kent is spun to the turf by Johnson. Another first down after the 11-yard gain to the 39-yard line. Harrisburg wants to move the ball quick. 14 seconds have elapsed. There's 1 minute, 12 seconds remaining in the half. The score is tied at 7 as Wilkerson in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And it's spatted away by Logan Rossi, coming in and making the play as Rossi prevented a potential big pass play for Harrisburg.
Yes, number 75, Logan Rossi, filling in for the injured Kieran Thurman. Thurman, a Colorado State signee. He was part of the Pennsylvania Fabulous All-22 team, and a big play for Logan Rossi.
2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Ymir Wilkerson throws a long bomb. That's what we talked about, and it will be deflected by Kenny White. Kenny White, known for his defensive abilities, gets in the way of Anderson Butts, deflects the pass, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
It's kind of a win and a loss for West Allegheny at the same time on that play, as Kenny could have realistically had that interception, which would have been huge. But again, anytime you can contain a guy like Shaquan Anderson-Butts, it is a huge thing for this defense. And Butts has been held at bay for this first half.
Two of the best athletes in the state of Pennsylvania in the class of 18 going at it. Kenny White versus Shaquan Anderson-Butts. Wilkerson will look to throw. Nearly sacked, but has all kinds of room at the 30. He's down to the 20, where he slides down to the 22-yard line. Nearly sacked by Rossi. Gets away from the coverage. Down to the 22, and it's 1st and 10 with 50 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, Wilkerson just so good. This is a design pass play. He picks up the blitz kick quick, and Harrisburg is going back into that no-huddle offense.
Wilkerson in the shotgun, looking to call plays. He's alone in the backfield with a 5-receiver set. As Wilkerson sends a man in motion, there is movement, no call, and the Jets sweep to Joel Davis to the left and sheds some tackles, gets out of bounds, and is chased out by Logan Malatak. And there is no flag thrown for a late hit. And it will be a 2nd down and 13 from the 25-yard line.
And this is where the timeout that Harrisburg was forced to take earlier because they could not get things situated with their field goal team. This is where that timeout could come into play huge in these type of situations with 33 seconds on the clock.
7-7 is the score. Well, Harrisburg scored early on. They've been held in check since. Wilkerson in the shotgun standing at his 30-yard line. And he looks to pass. Rolls to his right. Now rolls back to his left. Being chased by Holmes. Gets away from Holmes. Cuts in the middle of the field. Makes a move. And he's brought down by Brennan Simmons at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Harrisburg. But a timeout is called by the Cougars. That's their final timeout with 20 ticks to the clock remaining in the half.
Wilkerson just so good, so elusive, and he eludes Brandon Simmons as well as another West Allegheny potential tackler. And Wilkins is just a fantastic Wilkerson, is just a fantastic all-around quarterback. And Harrisburg is moving the ball, and they're at the 8-yard line, knocking on the door. But they do not have any timeouts left.
Harrisburg knocking on the door. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line when we come back from the timeouts. As we're going to take a look at some of the stats. West Allegheny 13-0, Harrisburg 10-3. As Harrisburg finished 3rd in its conference but won the district championship. Max Preps has West Allegheny ranked 5th, Harrisburg at 8th. The only team that in Class 5A that's 1st and 3rd, West Allegheny of course being 1st and Harrisburg being 3rd. The only team in between them, Archbishop Wood, who was victorious last night against Academy Park, 37-0 the final. As Archbishop Wood moves on to the state championship game, they will get the winner of this game that we have right now between West Allegheny and Harrisburg. The Cougars knocking on the door, 1st down and goal from the 9-yard line. Looking for a touchdown advantage is Harrisburg with 20 seconds remaining in the half. Wilkerson getting plays in from his coach, Calvin Everett. And West Allegheny will take a timeout. As we're going to take a quick commercial break, don't go anywhere because you're listening to the West Allegheny Sports Network.
Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings is a proud sponsor of the West Allegheny Indians. Come visit us in downtown Oakdale at 105 Seminary Avenue, phone number 724-693-8605, or at our new location near West Allegheny High School at 110 Imperial Plaza Drive, phone number 724-695-0395. Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings.
The Altoona Mountain Lions, but instead it is the home of the PIAA 5A semifinal matchup between West Allegheny and Harrisburg. Brandon Rossi on the play-by-play, Joe Smeltzer on the color commentary. Two West Allegheny alumni turned Waynesburg University students. Flex that opportunity, and it's 2nd and down and goal.
Yeah, it's fantastic play by Joey Diven, and that could be a huge play, as whoever ends up winning this possession will have the momentum going into the locker room, and that could be huge in a game like this.
And keep in mind that West Allegheny will get the ball to start the second half because they deferred the first half decision, and they are a second half team. Ymir Wilkerson in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion, and Wilkerson throws a screen pass to Parsons. Look out, he gets the corner, bounces off a tackle, and gets into the end zone for the Harrisburg touchdown. Parsons ran over an Indian en route to the touchdown and gives Harrisburg a touchdown lead.
Yeah, you see the strength of Micah Parsons in this play. He runs, looks like that is Connor Johnson, right over into the end zone. That's his second touchdown today, and huge response from Harrisburg going into the locker room.
Joel Davis will attempt the extra point. Looking to go up 14-7 as we are about to head into halftime. Joel Davis's kick is up and good. Harrisburg has a 14-7 lead over West Allegheny with 9 seconds remaining in the first half. Harrisburg scored on his first possession, a minute 46 into the game, to a 41-yard Micah Parsons rushing touchdown. And Parsons gets in again on the last offensive play for Harrisburg of the first half with a 9-yard touchdown screen pass to Wilkerson to Parsons. West Allegheny got on the board to a trick play from Kenny White to Mateo Van Damia, and that's where we have gotten there thus far. But again, we want to thank everybody who has helped donate money to the West Allegheny Sports Network, giving us the opportunity to broadcast this game from Mansion Park Stadium. We had to raise over $2,200. We raised it in under 24 hours. Huge thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts for giving us the opportunity to broadcast this game, the state semifinal matchup between Harrisburg and West Allegheny. Joel Davis set to kick it away. One of the best kickers in the state, and as you saw earlier, he kicked it through the end zone. And let's see if he can do that again, looking to avoid the return man, Kenny White and Brandon Lipford, who stand at the inside the 5-yard line, and Davis boots it away. It is another deep one, but it is returnable. Kenny White at the 1. He's down to the 10-yard line. He has some room, makes a man miss, spins his way forward as he's tripped up on the play by Rynell Gant, 5'8", 160-pound sophomore. West Allegheny will have it at the 23-yard line. Whether or not the Indians will take a knee to go into the half or run a play is unbeknownst to us. Only Coach Palco knows what he's going to do, and Coach Mark Davis. And it'll be first down and 10 from the 21-yard line. It will be the last play of the half. And it looks as if Ross is going to go into victory formation with Diven standing in the backfield. So your halftime score is going to be West Allegheny trailing Harrisburg 14-7. The Indians looking for its 4th state championship appearance in school history. Harrisburg right now is on their way to its first state championship appearance in school history. Let's see what will happen in the second half. Halftime will hit, and we'll take a 20-minute break. Harrisburg has the momentum right now, 14-7, but keep in mind that West Allegheny will get the ball to start the second half.
Celebrations Bar, Banquet, and Grill is one of the best restaurants in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are proudly serving and hosting events in the airport, West Hills, and Pittsburgh area for over 16 years. Come visit us at 8110 Steubenville Pike, Imperial, PA, or give us a call at 724-695-4333. Check out our hours and menu at celebrationsbarandgrill.com. Commonwealth USA Settlements provides a comprehensive portfolio of products and services. Its dedication and commitment to lenders, investors, servicers, and consumers drives its constant expansion of new and innovative solutions. Commonwealth USA Settlements wishes West Allegheny football the best of luck on their journey to states. Go West A. The North Star Restaurant and Bar offers amenities such as a pool table, pinball machines, and 7 high-definition TVs ranging from 40 to 60 inches for your favorite sporting events. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is known for its pizza and signature hoagies, but offers a wide range of menu items to please any taste or any appetite. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is sure to be the perfect location for your family or group. Come visit us at 8155 Steubenville Pike or give us a call at 724-695-1010. For a full menu and hours, visit northstartikihut.com.
Next up, we will have the Harrisburg Cougars. I will guide to you by the late legendary artist Prince. Next up, West Allegheny, Saturday Night All Right for Fighting by Elton John. All right. Next we have Purple Rain, the Harrisburg Marching Cougars, by the legendary late artist known as Prince. Would you please stand, wave your hands side to side, and join us as we do Purple Rain. Come on, man, because you can do better than that. West Allegheny will be playing My Life, Only the Good Die Young by Elton John. My Apologies by Billy Joel. Next up is Harrisburg Marching Cougars Dance Mix. They will feature Beyonce's Formation, One Dance by Drake, Designer's Hand Up. Then the band will stop at All the Way Up by Fat Joe. house. Clap them back to life, y'all. Clap them back to life.
We are Patrick's Pub and Grill. We are a cozy neighborhood pub located near the Greater Pittsburgh International Airport in Moon Township. We specialize in good food, good drink, and a friendly neighborhood atmosphere. Patrick's has a unique Irish section to our menu. So we specialize in homemade Guinness stew, Dublin seafood coddle, a great shepherd's pie. We have a great Reuben sandwich. We also have homemade Reuben fritters. We always have Guinness on draft along with Smithwick's and Harp. And we have a variety of craft beers and other delicious sandwiches. Patrick has a family-friendly dining room, has a separate entrance from the pub. Though the two places do connect. After you have your drinks in the dining room, you're welcome to come over into the pub. Patrick's truly is a cozy neighborhood pub. We have good food, great beer selection. We also have live entertainment. We have steel-tipped darts, pool table, karaoke. It truly has something for everybody.
We're at halftime at Mansion Park Stadium. West Allegheny trails at Harrisburg 14-7. But let's take a look at what happened 2 weeks ago at Heinz Field in the WPIAA Championship versus McKeesport.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears going into this to get where you're at. Please, have fun. Please, take it in. Whatever you do, play it hard, play it together. Don't worry about playing it out. Learn from it and move on. Understand? This has got to be 4 quarters, right? Not 1 or 2 plays. You got it?
This is White. White finds a crease. White crosses the 40. Here goes White. Inside the 30. Shears. It's Harper rather giving chase. It's a 70-yard touchdown run for White.
Man in motion for the Indians. Ross fakes the sweep. Now he's looking to fire. He's got a man open. The pass is complete. Down to near sidelines. Kenny White. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. 37 yards. Ross to White. Good deception. And West Allegheny again just an extra point away from tying this game.
Ross back will throw, and it is caught. Snagged by Joey Diven. First down, West Allegheny. Under 6 minutes remaining. Ross flushed out, rolling to his right, looking, gonna throw for Van Damia. And Van Damia makes the grab. There is contact. There's a flag down.
I don't think this game can be any more dramatic. Obviously, if Upsatnik makes it, we're headed to overtime. If his kick is short or wide, McKeesport would claim the championship. It all comes down to special teams, and the senior kicker, DJ Upsatnik, snap and hold are good. This one to tie the game for West Allegheny.
That kick is good, and we are headed to overtime, tied at 30. Ross with fake weapon, rolling out, looking, has a little room, decides to keep. Knocked out of bounds by Leighton Jordan. Weber, go to the left again, finds a crease and scores. The only question now, will they go for 1? Will they go for 2? Lippert in motion. The fake to Lippert. Rolling out, Ross will lower his shoulder and get in! Nick Ross! The 2-point conversion! And West Allegheny is the first 5A champion in WPIAL history.
What I know here is what got us through tonight and got us number 8 for coach is love. I mean, you guys have a deep love for each other and you've played for each other. I'm excited for reasons that we get to keep this rolling.
Welcome back to Mansion Park Stadium. Brandon Rossi with Joe Smeltzer here from Mansion Park Stadium in Altoona, Pennsylvania, bringing you the Class 5A state semifinal round between Harrisburg and West Allegheny. The halftime score, the Cougars 14-7 over West Allegheny. And Joe, after a dominant first quarter by Harrisburg, it's pretty much been a seesaw matchup since.
Yeah, early on it looked like Harrisburg could have been on their way to a run, but that is not the case so far. West Allegheny's defense really picked it up. The offense started moving the ball with a great drive near the end of the second half to tie the score, but unfortunately that Harrisburg offense can score quick, and they did just that, scoring to retake the lead at 14-7 with 9 seconds left. But it's been a close game so far, and I'm looking forward to see what will happen in the second half.
Well, the good news for West Allegheny fans is that they deferred the opening kickoff, so that means that they get the ball to start the second half. And as we know, Joe, from covering this team, or at least seeing this team all season, they're a second-half team, and they are dangerous offensively.
Absolutely, very dangerous in the special teams unit as well. It will be interesting to see if either Kenny White or Brandon Lipford can make a big play in their return game. And West Allegheny's offense just needs to build out the momentum they created at around the 2-minute mark in that second half when they scored to tie the score at 7.
We'll be right back here on the West Allegheny Sports Network. Stay tuned to Harrisburg and West Allegheny.
Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings is a proud sponsor of the West Allegheny Indians. Come visit us in downtown Oakdale at 105 Seminary Avenue, phone number 724-693-8605, or at our new location near West Allegheny High School at 110 Imperial Plaza Drive, phone number 724-695-0395. Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings. Commonwealth USA Settlements provides a comprehensive portfolio of products and services. Its dedication and commitment to lenders, investors, servicers, and consumers drives its constant expansion of new and innovative solutions. Commonwealth USA Settlements wishes West Allegheny football the best of luck on their journey to states. Go West A.
West Allegheny have taken the field for one of these teams the final time this season, and the other team, we don't know who it'll be. They will be heading on to Hershey to take on Archbishop Wood in the first ever Class 5A state championship game. We are set to get underway from quarter number 3, half number 2. Joel Davis to kick off for the Cougars. Back deep, Brandon Lipford and Kenny White. And he lays into this kick. It is a boomer down to the 5-yard line. Caught on the run by Kenny White. Follows his blockers. Tries to cut it to the right side, but he is brought down by a pride of Cougars led by Drew Mundy. 5'11", 210 pounds, senior fullback for the Cougars. And West Allegheny will start 1st and 10 from its own 24-yard line on the far hash.
It's very important first possession to start the second half. When Harrisburg started the game, they ran right down the field in a little under 2 minutes and put up 7. And West Allegheny, Nick Ross, needs to set a tone as the quarterback and senior leader of this team for the rest of the second half.
Nick Ross not at 100 yards to start the first half, as the Indians will move around offensively, looking to see what kind of halftime adjustments they have made versus Harrisburg. Kenny White in the Wildcat formation takes the direct snap, follows his blockers on the right side. He is caught from behind by Zion Patterson at about the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 3, second down.
Yes, Zion Patterson as well as Micah Parsons both transferred into Harrisburg around the same time. Both of them's first game was away at Carlisle, and ironically, Zion Patterson did play at Carlisle before playing for Harrisburg, and he got a fumble return for a TD late in that game against his old school. So, neat story.
Even though those transfers came so late in the year, they were eligible because it was not for athletic intent. It's 2nd down and 7. Nick Ross hands off. No, it'll fake it. Bootleg to the left side. Wide open, Joey Diven, but his knee was down at the 34-yard line. Could have been called for a late hit, was Ronald Kent, as he bumped his shoulder into Diven, but no call made. And it is a first down for West Allegheny. Diven's knee was on the ground, and if it wasn't, you would have to believe that extra yards would have been gained.
Yes, but West Allegheny will take that first down. They did a good job moving the ball on their last possession of the first half, and hopefully that sets a tone for the first possession of the second half.
11 minutes remain in the third quarter. West Allegheny trails 14-7 to Harrisburg. as the Indians will break the huddle on a 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line of their own. Near hash mark, Kenny White in the Wildcat formation. Takis to his left as the sidecar, as Kenny White has well over 1,200 yards on the year, as he'll take the direct snap, gets a block, but falls forward, loses his footing as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and there is a scuffle down on the turf as Isaiah Hall was getting into a skirmish right there with Matt Holmes. As this game is getting chippy, both teams need to relax and leave their eyes on the prize. The prize is that state championship game versus Archbishop Wood that will be played next Friday at Hershey Park Stadium at 7 o'clock.
Yes, obviously it's kind of hard to hold that anger in on the battlefield, but West Allegheny needs to keep their cool and just focus on playing football, as does Harrisburg.
Nick Ross in the shotgun, White in the backfield, Takis to his right with a receiver to each side. And Ross, draw play, he'll fake the handoff, and he goes deep to Connor Johnson and is out of the reach of Johnson. If he would have been able to hit him, you would have to think that would be a potential 66-yard touchdown, but instead it is going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Good play call, just bad execution.
Yes, the quarterback draw turned into a play-action pass, and he had Johnson open, but unfortunately Ross and Johnson just could not connect, or that would have been a very big play, possibly a touchdown.
3rd and 10. Nick Ross gets the call in from head coach Bob Palco and staff. Offensive coordinator Mark Davis as well. As Ross in the shotgun, Weber to his right, a receiver to the left, 3 to the right. As Ross takes the snap, rolls out to his right, being pressured by Parsons, and he gets the ball away to Brandon Lipford on the run. He gets out of bounds at the 49-yard line, and it will be a 1st down for West Allegheny.
What a play by Nick Ross. He has big Micah Parsons chasing him down. He alerted Damian Barber earlier. Here he alerts Parsons, and he hits Lipford for a big gain and a 1st down. And those are the type of plays that could really define a huge state playoff game such as this one.
North Hills, they were down 16-3. They came back, scored 21 points to win 24-16. Indians of North Hills early on in the year. Let's see if they can replicate the same magic against Harris. Booms this kick, but it'll be short of the end zone as Kenny White takes it from the 1. Looking to make up for his mistake. He's hit hard, and German suplex down to the 20-yard line, and that's where West Allegheny will take over. 1st down and 10, and this Indian offense needs to calm down, put that last drive behind them, and just move the ball forward. They moved the ball nicely in that first drive, but it was stymied by a big mistake by Kenny White.
Yeah, here's where West Allegheny needs to show what they're made of. Their backs are against the wall. They're down 14 in the second half. The Harrisburg crowd is really into it, as are the players, and the Indians are underdogs to begin with. So they got to move the ball well and get at least some form of points on the board on this possession.
Ross in the shotgun, standing at his 15-yard line with a 5-receiver set. Expect a lot of passing now. As Ross is going to be sacked by Micah Parsons, gets away from Matt Holmes, and Parsons again, all over the field, a man amongst boys.
Yeah, you can't say enough about Micah Parsons, really. I do not envy whoever has to block him or whoever has to do anything against him, really. He is, as you said, a man among boys, and he is taking over this game on both sides of the ball in a way that you rarely see while watching high school football. It truly is a sight to behold.
It's 2nd down and 13 from the 17-yard line following the sack by Micah Parsons of Nick Ross. 5-receiver set again for Nick Ross and company. He's in the shotgun, standing at the 12. Throws a screen pass. Connor Johnson going up the middle of the field. He is brought down in the middle of the field by Ronald Kent. And he'll pick up 5, but it's nowhere near enough for any significant gain. It's a 3rd down and 8.
Yes, and a 1st down here would be crucial for West Allegheny. Going 3 and out after White's mistake, after Harrisburg's touchdown to put them up by 2 scores, that would just further deepen the hole. And West Allegheny, at the very least, needs to hold on to this ball for somewhat of an extended period of time.
The Indians trail 21-7 with 4:55 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They need to get moving in order to get back into this game. Nick Ross in the shotgun. 5-receiver set, and he will have some time. Throws to the right side and is incomplete. Out of the breadbasket of Connor Johnson, and the Indians go 3 and out. Not good for Bob Palco's team.
Not good at all, and now Brian Cornell's defense has to shut down Harrisburg to really keep this from becoming ugly. Harrisburg's offense has their groove. They scored on their last 2 possessions, 1 to end the first half, and in their first possession of the second half. So very big for West Allegheny they have to do everything right in the final about 17 minutes of this ball game.
However, Damian Barber of Harrisburg looks to be shaken up. He is very awkwardly dangling his left arm as he comes off the sideline, as Upsatnik set to kick it away. Barber is only a defensive threat. He does not play offense whatsoever, strictly defense, and that's where he'll play at Penn State next season. Upsatnik on the punt. He stands at his own 8-yard line. And it's a fake again. Anthony Delavade slip pass to Mike Larkin. He will get the first down. A second fake punt leads to another West Allegheny first down, but there is a flag down on the field. And it looks as if it is against West Allegheny. So in the first half, it was Harrisburg shooting themselves in the foot. Now it's West Allegheny shooting themselves in the foot.
That really is a shame, because that was a very creative play call on special teams from special teams coach Jeff Martin. We've seen a lot of creativity from the West Allegheny special teams unit throughout these playoffs, and it's a shame that a penalty has to negate it.
Head referee Tom Stacko in a conclave with his officiating crew in terms of what the penalty is. We are set to get the call momentarily. It is against West Allegheny. It was an ineligible man downfield, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and you can almost guarantee that West Allegheny will not attempt a fake punt from its own 17-yard line. Even though they do have nothing to lose at this point, they're down 14 with 4:36 remaining in the third quarter. Upsatnik now on the punt again. More than likely, we will not see another punt, or a fake punt, I should say. Upsatnik stands at his own 3.
And you have to think Harrisburg will start with decent field position.
Harrisburg. West Allegheny just cannot seem to maintain the star power of Damian Barber and Micah Parsons.
Yeah, Brandon, we talked a lot about Parsons and Barber over this past week as we were prepping to bring you this game, and I'd say that both of them have lived up to the hype thus far.
Well, whenever Micah Parsons is ranked at a 99.73% on 24/7 Sports, I mean, that's a big moniker to fill, and he certainly has filled it. Parsons is the number 1 athlete in terms of rating on 24/7 Sports that West Allegheny has ever played. Better than Jordan Whitehead, better than Malik Hooker, better than Robert Foster. The only one that comes close, Dan Connor from Strathaven, back whenever the Indians played the Panthers in the state championship games 3 consecutive times. Upsatnik will punt it away, and it is going to take a West Allegheny roll down to about the 45-yard line. There is a flag down, and it looks as if we may have a block in the back on Harrisburg, as I did see Jai Burney toss Logan Malatak from behind. We are going to take a look at the replay here momentarily. And there you see right there Burney pushing Malatak to the ground. Since he did hit him from the back and Malatak landed on his stomach, that is a block in the back call.
Yes, and Harrisburg was committing a lot of these types of shooting yourself in the foot penalties in the first half. Now they are in the driver's seat, and it is still essential for them to play a clean game the rest of the way if they want to hold on. You just can't have these types of mental errors regardless of what the score is.
So that'll tack on 10 yards to where the punt was down. The Cougars are now in its own territory at the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Harrisburg 54 yards away from a 20-point lead, and in all likelihood could potentially put the Indians out for good. Wilkerson in the shotgun, Parsons to the left as the sidecar. Parsons will get the carry up the middle, slips through some tackles, and fighting his way forward down to the 40-yard line, brought down by Anthony Delavade for a 14-yard gain, and Harrisburg is rolling. They are up by 2 touchdowns with 4:20 remaining in the third.
Yeah, Parsons is just having his way with the West Allegheny defense. We've seen some fantastic running backs this year. We saw Ray Zellers of McKeesport, Journey Brown last week, but I'd say Parsons is as good as there is anywhere in the state.
Wilkerson screen pass to Joe Davis to the right side, and he will slip through a tackle before being tripped up on the play by Joe Glusman at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. It is splits the uprights, and Harrisburg will take a commanding 28-7 lead as we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned to the West Allegheny Sports Network.
Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings is a proud sponsor of the West Allegheny Indians. Come visit us in downtown Oakdale at 105 Seminary Avenue, phone number 724-693-8605, or at our new location near West Allegheny High School at 110 Imperial Plaza Drive, phone number 724-695-0395. Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings.
A 33-yard touchdown jaunt for Micah Parsons. He's at 150 yards rushing on the day, and he scored 3 overall touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 passing. The other touchdown for Harrisburg scored by Dupree Andrews on a 10-yard run, which leads to Western, and will throw the pass incomplete to Van Damia. Ross took a hit as he threw the ball and led to a low pass to Van Damia's legs, and it's 4th down and 12 from the 18-yard line.
Yeah, nothing right for West Allegheny at this point. As you said, it's getting more like they're going to have to sort of play right as a comeback now looks not impossible, say very unlikely, and they just have to lead their hearts in the final minute.
Upsatnik, high snap to Upsatnik. It goes into the end zone, but he will corral it and punt it away, avoiding disaster. As mistakes on mistakes on mistakes for West Allegheny. The ball will roll to the 45. And that's where Harrisburg takes over with a comfortable 21-point lead with just a shade over a minute left in the third.
Yeah, just nothing going right for West Allegheny at this point, and now the Harrisburg offense is back out. And one thing that's impressing me really about this Harrisburg offense is some of their big guns have been limited. Anderson Butts has not done a whole lot. Henriquez has not done a whole lot, but they went through Micah Parsons, and he is carrying this football team, and he is why they're up 28-7 right now.
You're seeing why Micah Parsons is the #1 recruit in the class of 2018 in Pennsylvania, as Wilkerson in the shotgun will throw the screen pass. It is complete to Joel Davis, and he has a wide open lane of the 20. Pushed violently out of bounds by Matt Holmes, and Harrisburg goes inside the 15-yard line, racking up the yards against this West Allegheny defense and making it look easy. As you see there, a missed assignment by the corner, biting too late, and which led to Joel Davis springing free down to the 14-yard line. It's 1st down and 10.
Brandon, coming into this game, we were expecting sort of a different flow for the Harrisburg offense. We were expecting some deep passes, but instead we're getting short passes, and they're proven to be equally as dangerous.
That's what game planning is all about. You spend a whole week preparing for the opposition, and Harrisburg has done so very well. As another screen pass, Joel Davis gets some blocks, and it gets double-teamed down inside the 5. Joey Diven makes the stop at about the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and it's a 1st and goal. And Harrisburg on the verge of scoring its 5th touchdown.
Yeah, and you can see why Coach Calvin Everett values Joel Davis so much. He's taken the bull by the horns on this drive. He is also their kicker and a first-team all-conference defensive back. He can do it all for the Cougars, and he's definitely the most versatile player on this football team, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
The Harrisburg sideline or side of the field, very lively. West Allegheny, it's like a pin drop over there as Joel Davis takes the jet sweep. He'll go to the left side, escapes Matt Holmes, and scoot his way into the end zone for the Harrisburg touchdown, and that will all likelihood do it from Mansion Park. There's 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter, but Harrisburg has a commanding 34-7 lead over West Allegheny, and I don't think anyone saw this blowout coming, to be honest with you.
No, and after the first half, we really had no reason to expect a blowout, but Harrisburg is one of the top teams in the state for a reason. They adjusted well at the half, and they are just completely dominating this football game in a way we did not expect.
History repeating itself as the extra point is up and good. And as we mentioned, history repeating itself. Last time West Allegheny was in the state semifinals was right here at Mansion Park's Altoona, or Altoona's Mansion Park Stadium, easy for me to say. As in that game, West Allegheny went down to Manheim Central 45-27. Mike Caputo was the star of that team, but that Manheim Central team was just too much for the Indians to handle that day, and it looks as if Harrisburg is a little too much for West Allegheny to handle today.
Yes, and I will say that even though I am a West Allegheny graduate and am not really thrilled with how good Micah Parsons is right now, I am also a diehard Penn State football fan, and assuming he stays committed to the Nittany Lions, I'm very excited to see what he can bring to Penn State's football team and James Franklin's program in the coming years.
You love your Penn State, don't you, Joe?
I sure do, and I can't wait for the Big Ten title game tonight. Hope they bring home a winner.
So this is a win-win for you. You get to see Penn State recruits leaving it all on the field, dominating the game, but at the expense of our alma mater.
Well, obviously I want West State to win this football game, but looking further down the line, I love my Lions as well, and both Barber and Parsons will hopefully be big players on James Franklin's defense in the coming years.
Davis's kick is taken on the run at the 1 by Kenny White. He jogs his way up the field at the 20, and he is going to be hit hard on the play by Dupree Andrews. He gets down to the 25-yard line. As you can hear from down below us, Harrisburg is fired up as they're right now looking at its first state championship appearance in school history, and they rightfully have a reason to be excited as they're up 35-7 over West Allegheny. 14 seconds remain in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's really been a different football team since Micah Parsons and Sion Patterson arrived midway through the season. One game that I look at as a turning point for Harrisburg is when they were down 14 in the fourth quarter against State College and came back to tie it. They ended up losing by 7, but they have not lost a game since.
And that was the last time Parsons or Patterson was not on the field for Harrisburg, as Ross will roll out to the left, being pressured, now flushing out to the right, and he'll just throw it away. Expect an intentional grounding call, even though he was out of the pocket. We may not have a call, but nonetheless, throws it away, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you mentioned the senior class earlier. You can't say enough about what they've brought to this football team, especially this season. Not a whole lot was expected of West Allegheny. We figured they would go maybe 6-3, 7-2 at best, but they ran the table in the regular season, won a Whitfield championship in dramatic fashion, and whatever happens in this final quarter, definitely a lot. They've given us a lot of reason to be proud to be West Allegheny alumni.
I texted my brother before the game saying that no matter what happens, this is the best team by far that I have seen since being a part of West State football since 2012. And it may not seem like it right now, but this is the best team that West State and Lipford. But as we mentioned, this team for West Allegheny, in my opinion, is the best coaching job that Bob Palco has done since he's taken over in 1995.
There have been a lot of coaching jobs.
But that'll take us to the end of the third quarter with Harrisburg leading West Allegheny 35-7, as we're going to take a quick commercial break. So stay tuned on the West Allegheny Sports Network.
Celebrations Bar, Banquet, and Grill is one of the best restaurants in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are proudly serving and hosting events in the airport, West Hills, and Pittsburgh area for over 16 years. Come visit us at 8110 Steubenville Pike, Imperial, PA, or give us a call at 724-695-4333. Check out our hours and menu at celebrationsbarandgrill.com. The North Star Restaurant and Bar offers amenities such as a pool table, pinball machines, and 7 high-definition TVs ranging from 40 to 60 inches for your favorite sporting events. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is known for its pizza and signature hoagies, but offers a wide range of menu items to please any taste or any appetite. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is sure to be the perfect location for your family or group. Come visit us at 8155 Steubenville Pike, or give us a call at 724-695-1010. For a full menu and hours, visit northstartikihut.com.
Welcome back to Mansion Park Stadium, the home of this semifinal matchup in Class 5A between West Allegheny and Harrisburg, and the Cougars are rolling over the Indians of West Allegheny. Brendan Rossi and Joe Smeltzer on the call for you on the WA Sports Network. Nick Ross in the shotgun on this 3rd down and 10, sends Kenny White in motion, and Ross looking left and now scrambles to the right, being pressured and throws to a wide open Divin, but well past Divin's breadbasket, and it's 4th down and 10. Sending the punt unit on is West Allegheny.
Yeah, we've seen several deep ball attempts combined from both teams, but none of them have seen the work. They've usually been just overthrown, and that's kind of a surprise as both of these teams are known for big plays.
Upsatnik now on the punt, and Upsatnik is tied right now for the all-time state leader in field goals with 35 in his career. If he can get one more, he will break the record, which would be a plus for West Allegheny. But Upsatnik stands at his own 11-yard line, looking to punt it away. No pressure brought on, as this punt is going to take an Indian roll out of bounds at the 47-yard line of Harrisburg, which is where the Cougars will take over. 1st down and 10. 15 seconds have elapsed in quarter number 4, with Harrisburg leading 35-7.
As DJ had said, Nick, just...
We want to take a moment to thank our business sponsors you've been hearing from in our advertisements this afternoon: North Star, Commonwealth USA, Celebrations, Peppercinis, Patrick's Pub, and Miller's Mustard. We want to thank all of those business sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and get more information for those businesses on the website wasportsnetwork.com.
Thank you for the message for our founder of the West State Sports Network, Dakota Land. None of this would be possible without Dakota. He's been instrumental in the broadcasts that we've been able to put on for you. As the handoff now goes to Jameer Plant, his first carry of the game. Freshman for the Cougars, as he falls forward down on the 48-yard line, where he is tackled by Logan Rossi down on the 48. My younger brother, sophomore, at 6'2", 280. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
And just to add to your little tribute to Dakota, I worked with him for 3 years while I was in high school. Just very intelligent. He's at Robert Morris right now and has done so much in getting the football film program and what we used to call Team Hypod off the ground, and just can't say enough about the man.
Joel Davis goes in motion, yo-yoing back to the left side as Jameer Plant goes up the middle yet again. Nearly picks up the 1st down as he's met by a tribe of Indians. Looks like Logan Rossi again gets in on the stop. If West Allegheny wins the Whippeal Championship next season, they're going to have to look out for Harrisburg. I think the Cougars, I think, are a shoo-in to at least win the District 3 championship and potentially face the winner of the Whippeal Championship in the semifinals yet again. As again, Plant goes up the middle, splits the defense at the 20, and he'll be dragged down from behind by Nick Kadlesic, the freshman, showing what he's made of down to the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for Harrisburg after the nifty run by the freshman Jameer Plant.
Now that Harrisburg has it all but in the bag, they're getting their younger players some opportunities. Plant, as you said, is going to get a lot of playing time next season, and he's making a good case to Coach Calvin Everett. He's probably turning some heads in the stands right now. He is very talented, and we'll see what he can do as he gets more playing time next season.
Calvin Everett leading a turnaround at Harrisburg. Last season they went 5-6, and this year they're on their way to the state championship against Archbishop Wood. If they can hang on to this 28-point lead, as Archbishop Wood, Jameer Plant spins away from a tackle, goes inside the 15-yard line to the 13, where he is tackled by Will Weber and company, bring up 2nd down and about 6.
Yes, throughout this afternoon, we've grown used to watching the power of Micah Parsons, but now we're seeing sort of the athleticism and shiftiness to Jameer Plant. A nice change of pace, and Harrisburg has a lot of different types of talented players on their roster.
2nd down coming up for Harrisburg. Clock winding with now under 8 minutes remaining in the game. As Wilkerson in the shotgun, hands off to Plant, goes up the middle, and he will be pushed backward by Anthony Delavade, contorts him at the line of scrimmage, and it will be a gain of about 1 down to about the 13-yard line. And right now, I can't hear myself because of the band right now. They're playing very exuberant and very excited right now, and they have a reason to be, as Harrisburg more than likely will head to the PIAA state championship game next week versus Archbishop Wood.
Yeah, Harrisburg's band and the fan section are certainly doing their part in this performance. They have been very loud and very proud.
And why wouldn't you be? You're up 35-7 over West Allegheny with just a little over 7 minutes remaining in the game.
True.
Ymir out. Invokes the mercy rule on West Allegheny. That's the first time that I could ever say that in my tenure here at West Allegheny. But if they can make the extra point, it will be mercy rule for Harrisburg on West Allegheny.
Yeah, that drive can only be described as the Jameer Plant show. He is impressing me as a freshman to score a touchdown in this magnitude of a game. It's always a phenomenal feeling regardless of what the scoreboard says.
Joel Davis on to attempt the extra point, kicking from the 10-yard line. And Davis's kick is up, and the mercy rule is in effect as Harrisburg takes a commanding 42-7 lead over West Allegheny. 6:56 remaining in the fourth quarter. And we're going to throw to a quick break. And stay tuned. You're watching the West Allegheny Sports Network.
We are Patrick's Pub and Grill. We are a cozy neighborhood pub located near the Greater Pittsburgh International Airport in Moon Township. We specialize in good food, good drink, and a friendly neighborhood atmosphere. Patrick's has a unique Irish section to our menu. So we specialize in homemade Guinness stew, Dublin seafood coddle, a great shepherd's pie. We have a great Reuben sandwich. We also have homemade Reuben fritters. We always have Guinness on draft along with Smithwick's and Harp. And we have a variety of craft beers and other delicious sandwiches. Patrick has a family-friendly dining room. It has a separate entrance from the pub. Though the two places do connect. After you have your drinks in the dining room, you're welcome to come over into the pub. Patrick's truly is a cozy neighborhood pub. We have good food, great beer selection. We also have live entertainment. We have steel-tipped darts, pool table, karaoke. It truly has something.
We are back at Mansion Park Stadium, the host of this PIAA Class 5A semifinal round between Harrisburg and West Allegheny. Davis kicks off to Brandon Lipford, who takes it on the fly at the 8. And he makes some moves and gets brought down about the 28 by Jameer Plant, which will send West Allegheny's offense onto the field for a first down and 10. The last time West Allegheny was mercy ruled, as we will have the running clock in effect. The last time that happened was in week 1 of 2007 when they lost 41-7 to Pine Richland in the opening game of the season. Pine Richland now a 6A perennial power, as West Allegheny will take the field first and 10 from the 28-yard line. Nick Ross in the shotgun, leading his offense out in what will more than likely be his final game as the West Allegheny quarterback. Stands at his own 23-yard line. Hands off to Kenny White. White goes around the left end and runs over Jaquay Jackson, who gets down to the 33-yard line where he'll pick up 5 yards, second down.
Yeah, this is very likely Nick Ross's last chance to be West Allegheny's quarterback, as there's teams down by 35 with 6 minutes left. Ross has done a phenomenal job. He had big shoes to fill with Andrew Kester, who took West State to 3 title games, and he's won a title of his own.
Ross in the shotgun, hands off to White, going along the left side. And he will pick up first down yards and more down to the 40-yard line, as he is tackled on the play by Jai Burney. Short and stocky, 5'7", 190-pound sophomore who plays a mixed Allegheny season. But the Indian faithful not leaving at all. I haven't seen many open West State fans leaving, as Ross throws the screen pass to Anthony Takis, nearly stripped as he gets out of bounds, nearly stripped by Donnell Henriquez, who instead just pushes the meatball Anthony Takis out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That's the nickname that his teammates have dubbed him, the meatball, who stands at 5'7", well over 200 pounds. Anthony Takis, he's going to have a very good season next year. He's done an admirable job this year as well.
Yes, also stars on West Allegheny's rugby team, led by offensive coordinator Mark Davis.
Ross in the shotgun on this first and 10 from the 42-yard line. He will hand off to Kenny White. Goes along the left side. Stiff arms a man, turns the corner at the 30-yard line, and he runs out of bounds at the 31. It will be a first down for West Allegheny, but clock does not stop because it is mercy rule. But the clock, for whatever reason, is stopped at 4:59 remaining in the fourth. And they will wind it again as West Allegheny trails by 35 points to Harrisburg. First time they've been mercy ruled since 2007.
As Kenny White doing some nice things on this drive. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little too late, but it's nice for him to get out and respond after the fumble that really started to slide.
Kenny White up the middle, runs into the butt of Matt Holmes. Almost recreates the butt fumble of Mark Sanchez in 2012. The only difference is White held on to the ball. But it'll be a second down and 7. Make that 6 from the 27-yard line.
Yeah, West Allegheny really playing for pride at this point. If they can score a touchdown here and avoid losing by a mercy rule score, that would at least be some sort of small moral victory. They are just letting it all hang out in this seniors' their final game.
And why not? I mean, it's your final game playing in a West State uniform for these seniors. You might as well leave them with something to remember. Will Weber up the middle. He splits the defense at the 20, and he falls forward inside the 20-yard line. He's tripped up by Ryan Gant. For the most part, the second stringers are in for Harrisburg, but it would be a morale boost for West Allegheny if they can get into the end zone. But we want to apologize for the issues that some viewers are experiencing while watching today's broadcast. Our broadcast is streamed over the cellular network, and as you know, an LTE connection isn't always exactly reliable. When an issue is detected, our crew works quickly to repair it. Thanks for sticking with us throughout the duration of this game. There's 3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the game, and West Allegheny looks to get on the board for its second touchdown as Will Weber is hit hard but drives forward. Initial hit was put on by Jai Burney. Tackle finished up by Isaiah Hall. Gain of 1, second down and 9.
Yes, Will Weber will be back for West Allegheny next season as him and Kenny White will make up what should be a very dominant backfield. Weber's shining performance came in the Whitfield title game when he was forced to fill in for Kenny White, who left it at midway through the second half with an injury.
The only thing that West Allegheny really is going to have to replace is the line. The only starter returning next year is going to be Zach Hogue, but the junior varsity offensive line will sure to fit in admirably as Will Weber goes up the middle, nearly stripped by Burney, but he holds on, plays blown dead at the 13-yard line. And that'll set up third down, and looks like about 4 with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in West Allegheny's magical season.
Yes, and he talked about the line. West State had a similar problem last year as Justin Baker, Nick Lanero, Derek Luntz, Sam Hammers, they all were lost.
I'd
agree with that.
That West Allegheny has. I mean, they were huge last year. They were really big, but there wasn't a whole lot of mobility. This year, they're able to move. They're fast and led, obviously, to some big games. Will Weber goes up the middle, goes inside the 10-yard line, where he's brought down by Raymond Allen. He had a fumble recovery down where he gained about 15 yards. And as you take a look, we're going to thank our donors and sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible. Thank you all for your time and effort for making this possible. $2,250 in less than 24 hours. But it is history time. DJ Upsadnik on to attempt the 26-yard field goal. If he makes it, he will become the all-time leading kicker in PIAA history. And the snap. And the kick is away, and it is good. And DJ Upsadnik becomes the all-time leading kicker in PIAA history with his 36th field goal made in his career.
Congrats to DJ Upsadnik. He's been the kicker since day one of his freshman year. That was a game on the road at Blackhawk. He played an essential role kicking 3 field goals to beat Central Valley in that Whitfield title win back in 2013, and he's just done a tremendous job in the 3 years since then, and congrats to him. What a kid and what a story.
West Allegheny gets that field goal that they wanted for DJ Upsadnik. He's been arguably one of the team MVPs throughout the last 4 years, only him and Matt Holmes have seen considerable playing time all 4 years of their high school careers, as Upsatnik has been kicking bomb after bomb after bomb through all of his 4 years, and he kicks his 36th career field goal, PIAA state record, and it is going to be West Allegheny trailing Harrisburg now 42-10, but a history-making field goal made by DJ Upsatnik. Congratulations to DJ, and hopefully we'll be seeing him on Saturday somewhere. Upsatnik will kick it away from the 40-yard line. 26-yard field goal made him the all-time leading kicker in terms of field goals in PIAA history. Passes Bob Millsbaugh. He had 35 field goals. Upsatnik with 36. He will kick it away. Back deep is Zion Patterson. And this kick is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So Harrisburg will take over 1st and 10 from the 20. There's a minute remaining in the game, and so that will, in all likelihood, end the game. But taking a look at the PIAA brackets, with a 42-10 win, Harrisburg over West Allegheny, they will move on to Hershey Park to take on Archbishop Wood in the PIAA Class 5A state championship game, the first time in history that we will have a 5A championship game. Harrisburg will compete to have the moniker of first ever 5A state champions, as reserve quarterback Zeke Sawyer's in to be in victory formation. And Harrisburg will have a stern test next week against one of the top teams in the state in Archbishop Wood. And once again, thank you to all of the donors and sponsors who have helped contributed in making today's game possible. And this all wouldn't have been done without you. It wouldn't have been done without Dakota. And once again, thank you to everybody who has helped make today's broadcast special. Even though we could not pull out the victory 42-10, we will go down and defeat the Harrisburg. It has been a ride throughout the season. West Allegheny will finish 13-1, as they had one of the best defenses in the regular season, but they gave up 42 here today to Harrisburg, and the Cougars will move on to the state championship game. Congratulations to Harrisburg, and good luck to them next week when they take on Archbishop Wood at Hershey Park. It will be a home field advantage for Harrisburg, as Hershey is only about a half hour to 45 minutes away from Harrisburg.
Yeah, congrats to Harrisburg. They truly are deserving of playing for the state championship. They got the best of West State really in every phase of the game, and just a very talented team, very well-coached team, and it'll be interesting to see what they can do against mighty Archbishop Wood.
Yes, indeed, as Archbishop Wood makes its return to the state finals for the first time in 2 years. Its last state championship game was in 2014 when they upended Central Valley in a dominant performance, 33-14. Harrisburg, however, will make its first appearance ever in the state championship game when it takes on Archbishop Wood next week, as Harrisburg, a perennial 4A power whenever we did have 4 classifications in the state, but going to 6 classifications, they moved to 5A, and they defeat West Allegheny soundly to advance to the state championship game, and Harrisburg has a chance for history next week. But that's going to do it for us here at Mansion Park Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's PIAA state playoff game between Harrisburg and West Allegheny, and good night from Mansion Park Stadium.
Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings is a proud sponsor of the West Allegheny Indians. Come visit us in downtown Oakdale at 105 Seminary Avenue, phone number 724-693-8605, or at our new location near West Allegheny High School at 110 Imperial Plaza Drive, phone number 724-695-0395. Peppercini's Pizza, Pasta, and Wings.
We are Patrick's Pub and Grill. We are a cozy neighborhood pub located near the greater Pittsburgh International Airport in Moon Township. We specialize in good food, good drink, and a friendly neighborhood atmosphere. Patrick's has a unique Irish section to our menu. So we specialize in homemade Guinness stew, Dublin seafood coddle, a great shepherd's pie. We have a great Reuben sandwich. We also have homemade Reuben fritters. We always have Guinness on draft along with Smithwick's and Harp. And we have a variety of craft beers and other delicious sandwiches. Patrick's has a family-friendly dining room. It has a separate entrance from the pub. So the two places do connect. After you have your drinks in the dining room, you're welcome to come over into the pub. Patrick's truly is a cozy neighborhood pub. We have good food, great beer selection. We also have live entertainment. We have steel-tipped darts, pool table, karaoke. It truly has something for everybody.
The North Star Restaurant and Bar offers amenities such as a pool table, pinball machines, and 7 high-definition TVs ranging from 40 to 60 inches for your favorite sporting events. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is known for its pizza and signature hoagies, but offers a wide range of menu items to please any taste or any appetite. The North Star Restaurant and Bar is sure to be the perfect location for your family or group. Come visit us at 8155 Steubenville Pike, or give us a call at 724. Comprehensive portfolio of products and services. Its dedication and commitment to lenders, investors, servicers, and consumers drives its constant expansion of new and innovative solutions. Commonwealth USA Settlements wishes West Allegheny football the best of luck on their journey to states. Go West A. Celebrations Bar, Banquet, and Grill is one of the best restaurants in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are proudly serving and hosting events in the airport, West Hills, and Pittsburgh area for over 16 years. Come visit us at 8110 Steubenville Pike, Imperial, PA, or give us a call at 724-695-4333. Check out our hours and menu at celebrationsbarandgrill.com.